Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Woo. That's a strong salt. Hello, everybody. Damn it. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Powered by DealsInTheD.com. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Mike. Happy to be with you.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
I am not so happy to be with you.
Yeah, you slept long, didn't you?
I did. I overslept like a month.
You forgot about the show.
I forgot about the show.
Yeah.
I've been told not to forget about Dre and not to forget about the show, and I did both, and I feel like an asshole.
Episode 1015 may forevermore, heretofore, be known as the day that Mike slept in and didn't prep a show and Jay read email the whole show.
Dude, do you realize, like, all of a sudden my phone is ringing, and I'm like, oh, my alarm's going off already? But then I'm like, it's not the alarm sound. It's the ring sound. And it's ringing forever. I'm like, why the fuck is this thing going off?
Because it's Big E on the other line.
Dude, I look up, because I'm laying on my couch. I've been sleeping on the couch lately. I don't know why. For like a month straight. I don't know why.
It's hard, dude. It's hard. If
No,
yes,
stop.
it is. If you're by, no. You've never dealt with this shit before, dude. If you're by yourself, if you don't have someone you're sleeping with, it's easy to get into a freaking thing to sleep on the couch. I know that I don't sleep as well on it. I try to force myself more often to go to my bed.
It's unsanitary. It's slovenly. It's lazy.
It doesn't matter.
Gross.
It's easy to.
Yes.
It's easy to get. I don't.
Bing it.
I'm not gonna bing that. It's easy to get into the habit though, because what happens is
Dude, it's only been a month.
Like
every night for a month.
All right. So
it's basically smaller than a twin bed too. It's like this wide. And it's like in my own coffin.
The glow of CNN is prominent in the woodroom, I suppose.
CNN.
Fox News.
Yeah, whatever the hell's on there. Yeah, but I've been doing that, and so I'm laying there, and I look up, and so I got a direct view out the window, and I'm like,
that's daylight.
Why is E's car here? It's 7 o'clock in the morning time.
No, it's 9.
No, it's 9:10, and E is calling my phone, right? And I'm trying to like shut the alarm off, and I'm like, E's here already, and I turn on, and E's standing there, and I'm like, E, why didn't you just yell at me? You know, just like, hey, dude, get up when you got here. He's like, I can't yell at people. It's like, what? He's like, I didn't know what to do, dude.
I can't do it. I can't be. I wasn't gonna sit there and go in the room.
He knows I've overslept. I'm laying on the couch.
No, but it's too
and
confrontational.
It's like,
oh my god.
Just yell at me to get. All you gotta do, hey, wake up.
You know what?
It
Can't do it. Can't yell at someone.
It did the job, didn't it?
So I finally decided, well, I'll call you.
He's standing over you.
Well,
over your
no.
your body.
I was in the living room or the kitchen. I mean, I guess, or
yeah.
So he's about 20 feet away, calling you. This is the way I'll do it.
Well, I did it, didn't I? It worked, didn't it? I mean,
he's just angry because we forgot his birthday.
I know he is.
Happy day after your birthday.
Yeah, happy day after your birthday.
That's what I'm mad about.
Hi, Mrs. Fady. Thank you for dropping Jesus out of your vagina about, 40 years ago?
Yep.
Sure, whatever years you want to say.
Blew that thing out too. I mean, just destroyed it for a while. I mean, it was ugly. What did you get for your birthday?
Running shoes.
Oh,
purple Asics?
No, unfortunately,
Asics.
I'm kind of pissed at Asics because Asics
only make them in women's.
No, they do the same. They've been doing the same colors.
Didn't he buy women's shoes?
I did a few times ago, but they've been doing the same colors for the last fucking year and a half, and I have to buy shoes every time. I need them to be different every time. I don't like the same thing. So I've been with Brooks actually the last few times, but running shoes.
Well, shout out to Brooks.
Yeah,
people over at Brooks.
Right, exactly. That's a free plug.
Runners.
A free plug.
Free plug for Brooks. Got a nice discount on it, did you?
Yeah, sure, whatever. And I will say my brother and my sister gave me tickets to that we're gonna have the NCAA tournament here at the Little Caesars Arena in a few weeks.
Probably see Michigan and/or Michigan State there, right?
Possibly. I've only got like the noon game. So I don't know if either of those teams will be at the noon game, probably. But
yeah.
Well, he's been in a day-long stew because we forgot. He went all Molly Ringwald on us from 16 Candles.
Totally.
I can't believe Jay and Mike and Jay, whatever, forgot my birthday.
I was expecting to come down here yesterday and have balloons tied to my computer and like.
He thought there was going to be a cake. I kept seeing him like looking around corners and stuff.
Maybe
and
a gift card from Best Buy.
Opening fridges. And I'm like, dude, what is he doing? And it's like, oh, he's looking for his cake.
Yeah. Jesus, we unlocked the door for you. That's enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we let you in.
I did go and see that movie Lady Bird from the Oscars last night.
It's an odd choice, but okay.
Well, you know what I watched?
Have you seen the
I had never even
Black
heard of it.
People movie
The
yet?
Get Out?
No. I
Black
have not.
Panther? That's
No.
the one you're
I'm not
racist.
going to see Black Panther.
Fucking
Not
racist.
happening.
It's supposed to be amazing, you racist. Why wouldn't you go see it? Because black people are in it?
Because I don't like superheroes
Oh.
at all.
I was Lady Bird.
Well, the thing is, I saw it because I'd watched the Oscars, and I saw, because it was nominated for so many things, there was enough little clips of it that I
Yeah.
thought, that kind of looks okay.
Female director, right?
Was it?
God bless her. I think so.
Was that the female director one?
Maybe.
Nice. If it was, then see, there you go.
So generally, what was it about? Don't bore us.
Just
Eve.
a girl.
As the crow flies,
Just-
please. As the ladybird flies.
Just a kind of a teenage girl who wants
bored already.
to be out of fuck you wants to be I don't know, wants to move to New York. She thinks she wants to move to New York. She thinks she's too big for her town.
Mm-hmm.
Her family's a little
Oh,
poor.
that story.
It's kind of just her family doesn't have enough money, and she gets in a fight with her mom regularly about it. And I don't know if you would call that a coming of age story. I'm not sure. She loses her
think I would.
virginity.
I
It
would
was
call
good.
that
I
a,
fucking loved it. Actually, I thought it was great.
I would call that a story that has been very, very well covered throughout Hollywood. Very, very
You know
well
what though?
covered.
You say that.
I'm not ragging on you for going to the
Perhaps
movie,
needless.
but well,
Stories can
the
be
idea of someone who has conflict in their small town and they're going to go to the big city and
Well,
make
she doesn't-
it.
Small fish.
Everything's been done.
big
Every
pond.
song's been made, dude. But people
I
can
know.
write different stories,
Dude,
and
Poison did this in a video, Fallen Angel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in 3 minutes, Angel, win big.
hey, old
Daddy.
man, like then everything's been done. I mean,
Well, I'm just saying, I saw that movie. It was 3 minutes long, and it was a Poison video. It's great.
okay,
They didn't call it Lady Bird, though.
Was
I saw the male version when Axel
Win
got off the
big.
bus
I
and
saw
Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. See, that was another remake of it. Was
Yeah.
Welcome to the Jungle. Same thing.
Hey, yo, Zott Ford conducting their amazing key for key event. Exchange your current vehicle for a brand new Ford without spending a dime out of pocket. Zott Ford will assist you in terminating the remainder of your loan or your lease, no matter what you owe. Say straight key for key exchange. Give them the keys to your vehicle, and they'll give you the keys to a brand new Ford. Plus, Zott Ford will make your first payment. Hurry. This is a limited time offer.
I will say I did have the awkward interaction with a teenage movie. There was a sex scene where the girl's losing her virginity,
Nice.
and she's
you
just
weren't
kind of
sure whether you should get a boner or not?
she's just kind of on top. I mean, it wasn't that intense or that long, but
Were you still on Lady Bird?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
She had the confidence to get on top her first time.
Yeah, that's
but I'm
ballsy.
sitting right next to my mom, and I'm
Way to
just
go,
like,
Lady Bird.
and I just didn't. My mom's kind of a prude, and I
Did you
just
feel her hand just kind of come over? No?
no.
Did you go, hey, Mom, was this how I was conceived?
But I just was
40
like,
years ago,
It was
minus
just-
9 months.
I was just sitting there, kind of just like, oh man,
He's
please
sitting
just
with his
end.
mom watching a sex scene.
There was about
Oh.
8 people in the movie theater too, so it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know what that really matters, but it seemed like it did because it felt like it was very empty. Like it
Yeah.
was just me, my parents, and then like 3 other people below us, and one other person by themselves, and it was just like,
Did
So
you guys
you, your
discuss
dad,
this?
and your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Nice. Yeah.
Trifecta.
no, we
Yeah.
did not discuss the sex scene after.
On the way home.
No,
Guys, you want to discuss why we were each uncomfortable in that during that scene? Was your dad doing the popcorn trick with your mom?
I don't know. They
Once
didn't
that
have
scene
popcorn,
started.
so I don't know. I guess.
All right, Jay, let's get to email.
Yeah, sure. I have a
looking-
grievance, dude. You guys have grievances? One found
I'm
me.
just too
in
happy,
other words.
you
Yeah.
know, of late. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, do you want to do a grievance for real? Do you have one?
I do have one. Isis, do you have one?
Sure.
well,
I've
the
had a
last
few
thing I want to
grievances.
do is bottle it up inside you and have it just stew.
Yeah,
we know what the stew is like, and I don't want to see it with you. So if you've got a grievance,
For new listeners, the airing of grievances procedure is simple. A Detroit Cast member, a grievance has found them, and they're just simply going to articulate that grievance and ask for a rendering, a ruling, if you will, from the other 2 members of TDC. Hopefully, they want their grievance to be bona fide,
Yeah,
judged bona
of
fide.
course, yeah.
But you might be judged old man
Or
and
pussy.
or pussy.
and sometimes it's odd, but stolen. You know,
We've had instances.
yeah,
We've
have.
had
Not you and I,
instances.
but you know,
Where
and
the-
we don't need to point fingers or shame anybody, but.
Somebody steals a grievance. You want to go first, Isis?
I'll say this. I don't have a grievance, but I did get extremely pissed off yesterday when someone was nice enough to tweet at me, probably at you too. One of the local reporters from Fox 2 who made a stop at the
Oh, yeah.
the farmhouse down the street.
For the pothole ice cream! Just bringing a smile to people's faces in these hard times.
Look at me with that pothole. It's like, ugh, fuck you.
I didn't see that one.
Yes.
So what happened with
Charlie Langton, I think, from Fox 2.
Sure.
It's like, ugh.
Dude, I saw the Fox News vehicles down there the other day as well because I guess this area stinks like real bad.
Stinks. Yeah.
I thought it was just Big E in here, but apparently
Nope.
there's like chemicals underground that are stinking.
Yep, they stinks. I guess they don't stinks, and that's part of the problem. But it's I guess they said it's like that little yoga shop down the street.
Oh, I know it.
And
it's
the little
just past the farmhouse, right?
Yeah, there's like 4 stores. And I guess
it's a strip mall. Let's call it a strip mall.
It's not a strip mall.
Strip mall.
No.
Albeit a
They would not have a
historic.
strip mall in Franklin.
Albeit a Tony historic.
There's not a strip mall, and there are no billboards. Billboards are illegal.
It's a strip mall.
No. They're very tiny little upscale shop.
Yeah.
Yoga one. And underneath one of them, I guess there used to be a gas station or something like 100 years ago.
Oh, shit.
There on this location, and so there was like a tank with chemicals that's like buried underground. I guess
Somebody just put dirt over it.
I guess. And so like I guess there's 44 locations in Michigan that they have this issue of these old
Just
dry cleaning places that used a lot of chemicals or gas stations that did. And so it stinks.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't stink.
Well, it doesn't stink, but it's seeping up and
Yeah.
it could be poisonous. And they said you could lose some of your color in your vision.
Oh no.
Yeah. So do you notice that? Do you feel like you're lacking colors when you
No,
look
I
at things?
see Big E's bright yellow highlighter yellow sweatshirt he's wearing.
Well, if that thing dims on you might want to get checked out because you've been in Franklin for a while now, and if you start seeing things
No, the Gay
dim,
Pride flag looks good.
Yeah, it's bright.
K-Dog, our Kowalski sausage over there looks good.
Sure.
Star-bellied sneech. Yeah, I'm seeing it all.
All right. Well, let me know if anything changes.
Easus, you want to warm up the clock here?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so what daylight savings time is coming this weekend, and my bench is not even with daylight savings time, even though that's arguable. I hate that it's on Saturday. Like, why is it not on Friday? I don't even care if I'm gaining an hour or losing an hour. I think that if it was on Friday, it'd be so much better to adjust to the time than having it on Saturday. Like, Saturday night, you lose this hour of sleep, or you gain an hour. It still kind of fucks you up a little bit. And so if we're going to have this thing, I just don't, why can't it be on a Friday?
Old man pussy.
It is old man pussy, for sure, but I kind of agree with him.
The whole daylight saving time
Stupid.
thing. Yeah.
We don't need it. It's retarded. We haven't needed it in decades or hundreds of years.
I guess
It's
I'm
just
not
stupid.
totally understanding the conflict with Saturday, though. It is the end of the week. I mean, Sunday is the start of a new week, so I think that's how they're doing it. But
Well, the problem is, I guess, more for me. When I lose an hour, I like, because we do the show on Sunday, so I don't have that Sunday night to then in a way, Thursday is my Friday. So in a way, Sunday's my Monday. So I hate, I'm already thinking about the fact that I'm going to lose an hour Sunday.
See, I'm kind of with him on this, and it's only because selfishly, when I had to go to work at Riff and get up at 4 in the morning, I wished like that Saturday one when it's fall back and you're gaining an hour. That on Sunday would be nice, where you gain that hour going into the work week.
Sure.
But I wouldn't mind the forward one on a Friday. Do that on Friday going into Saturday. I'm going to give you a old man pussy plus, E, because I think there's some
That's
validity
fair.
to that.
That's
yeah.
fair.
So I wouldn't mind that. But
It's
We
overblown.
don't need to do it anyway, though. I don't even know why we go to this bullshit twice a year, and not everyone even does it. That's the other thing. There's places that don't observe it.
It's a conspiracy. It gets dark later. It means we turn our lights on and stuff, and the electric company makes out like bandits.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, here's mine. People who don't know how to use email reply all effectively.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that this probably doesn't apply to you, but some of us have been parts of large group communications.
Sure.
And it's either a soccer team, a work group, whatever. Mass communication, let's say from John with general information.
Am I John?
No, John, you're Mike, who then replies all to hundreds, perhaps, people, and says, "Hey, thanks, John. Appreciate your help with this." And it's just so fucking annoying. It shows a level of ignorance or a desire to suck up that has no place in our society, Mike.
Yes.
Certainly not within the bounds of our electronic communication.
Dude, I'm torn on this one.
Because I don't think you guys appreciate this, because I don't know that you've been parts of large group.
Well, I
Just
notice
informational kind of things. I'll give you an example so you understand the
Okay.
context. Soccer team.
it's like group text almost. It sounds like, in
sort
a way.
Sort of, but it's stupider than that. Soccer team, okay? There's a manager of the soccer team. So coach gives the manager information, manager distributes it to all the parents. Hey, please have the kids here at this time. We're going to be down in Kentucky this weekend, so it's important that you get your hotel reservations, blah, 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 bullet points. Everybody just, okay, cool, boom, that's good. There invariably will be 2 or 3 people that reply all, hey, thanks, John. I really appreciate what you do. And it's like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
So you're calling us all out like, oh, okay, Mike there really appreciates it, but the rest of us don't.
So then I have to reply all and go, I second what Pete said.
I agree, really, John. You're doing a great job.
Yeoman's work.
Yo peoples.
Yo people's
We like
work.
to say people here.
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Now, what this does is it either shows a level of suck-uppedness where...
But wouldn't it be even more suck-upped if you just replied to him and said,
no,
really appreciate what you do?
No, because globally you're showing everybody, look at me, huh?
Yeah, but nobody
Look
likes
at
that
me.
guy.
Look at me recognizing John.
Nobody likes the kid in class who goes, by the way, Teach, don't forget we're supposed to have a pop quiz today.
Yeah,
like
that's that guy.
Yeah, like everybody hates that fucking guy.
Or he's just ignorant and he doesn't realize he's replying all. And to that person, I say, be careful, sir, because reply all can bite you in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
Because not every response is going to be, hey, John, great job. It's instead going to be, hey, John, that fucking guy on the email that you included, what a fucking dickhead, huh?
Yeah.
More than one person has been fired along the reply all lines.
Obviously, this is bona fide. That goes without saying.
I don't think that
This
it's
goes without saying. However, I have been a victim of this because I didn't know reply all existed until, I don't know, 3 months ago. I didn't know that was a thing. And Jay would get so fucking mad at me because...
Like, did you respond to that?
Yeah, dude. I sent it to you. And there'd be a correspondence. Here's what I would do. Here's how retarded I am. Jay would get something and he would just forward it to me. It's like from the DetroitCast email to walters@detroitcast.com. Like, hey, make sure, just wanted to make sure you saw this. Reply to it. And I'm like, all right. And I would reply to his forward. And then I would basically send my, thanks, I'm on top of it. Send right back to the DetroitCast email. And then it'd be like, hey, man, did you respond to that guy? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I responded weeks ago. And it's like, oh, fucking moron. You sent it to yourself, you idiot. What's the matter with you? And then there would be ones where we'd be on a correspondence with, I don't know, a merch guy or something. And it was like we all needed to be on the same page. And Jay, Jay would have his input, merch guy would have his input, and then I would just hit reply instead of reply all, and I would just reply to Jay. I'd be like, I like that. I think we go with green.
I'm like, good, then tell Bob. Jeez.
I did tell Bob. Reply all, you fucking tard.
So that's my grievance.
Yeah.
People who don't know how to use reply all.
And I'm scared. I'll be honest with you. I'm scared of reply all for the reason you said, where I think I'm replying to you and I'm like, Jay, this merch guy is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Did you know if you reply all, you're also replying to blind copies?
Dude, that is so far over my head,
Right.
the blind copy
The people
thing.
out there know what I'm talking about. That's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah.
That's why you don't reply all.
Once you've said that to me, that word, I've never heard that word before, the blind
You know
copy.
the BCC?
Oh, I've seen BCC.
Yeah. Not familiar with that?
I didn't know what that meant.
Somebody could be blindly copied on there, and if you're replying all, not realizing person X is on there,
Why would you do that?
people do. They instead of just hitting
Dude,
reply,
that is so like hiding in the corner and just like keeping an eye
oh
on
no, there's
everything.
definitely reasons to BC people.
Really?
Fuck yes.
Like what?
because you want, I don't know, you want your boss to see that you're responding to this guy, but you don't want to disclose that your boss is involved in it or something.
Oh,
There's myriad
sneaky.
reasons.
Sneaky.
Isis, judgment, please.
I mean,
Talking to a guy who's never been in a work
it doesn't matter. It
situation.
doesn't matter. It's old man and his pussy, and the reasoning is
Because I judged you, old man and pussy.
not the reason. The reason is you're saying like, one, you're the person who cares the least about what other people think about you. So I don't believe you're really sitting there going, "Oh, John thanks somebody, now I have to." And two, you know
a
what
good point. That's
you
a
know
very
what you're-
valid point.
You know what you're doing with reply all, so you're not going to get fucked with it. So whatever.
Well, I
Just
got to
go
delete all
on
these
it.
other emails. Honestly, at bottom, that's my bitch, is I have to fucking delete
I
like
know.
9 more emails. Like,
I'm
God
sure.
damn, stop replying all!
I think your bitch is you fucking hate suck-ups too.
Yeah,
and you
that
see what
sucks.
Pete's pulling.
Well,
you,
it's a
you see
Steve
right
situation,
through
for
Pete's
sure.
move, and it's like, you know what, Pete? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Stop it.
People
you
are the
little
worst.
suck-up.
People are so
the worst.
fucking worst, dude.
Including us. I'm not saying we're not the
agree.
worst two. We
I try
are.
to be like
Everybody's
like
awful.
Yeah,
except
we are.
you. Jim Florentine, get it? It's a callback to yesterday.
I did.
Well done, E.
That's what they call in the comedy business a callback.
Good job, Eases. Hey, your next call back needs to be to Brent Wasik of Wasik Insurance Services. Do you even know if the insurance policies you have are providing the coverages you need at a decent price? For most of us, the answer is no. Call Brent at 734-455-1900. He can review your current policies free of charge and give you recommendations. Wasik Insurance doesn't just push cookie-cutter plans on you. Brent has many national companies, affiliates, and after understanding your needs, he'll shop for the best right deal for you. So give him a chance. Call him today, 734-455-1900. He might just save you a shit ton of money.
Hey, can we, across the board, just stop doing nice things for
Sure.
anybody? Just like, I don't mean us. I mean, as a Hugh People kind, just stop. Because I'm so frustrated. Like, every time it's whatever day, and today, you guys, happy International Women's Day.
Right.
I don't know how you guys are celebrating. I'm assuming you'll have some closet time,
Yeah.
Jay, at some point. That's great.
Probably bang a woman today.
Yeah, there you go.
All goes according to plan.
But the big story today is McDonald's decided to take one of their locations and flip the arch so it doesn't look like the Golden Arch M. Looks like a W.
It means so much, Mike. It
Yeah.
means so much to the cause.
For women. It's for women.
If you couple that and the hashtags, I think we're all set.
Happy
we're all
International
set.
Women's Day. And then they did all their digital, all McDonald's digital. They flipped, they had some graphic designer go in and flip their M's
Yeah.
to W's for women, International Women's Day.
How about you stop feeding women food that's slowly killing them?
Yeah, good point.
McNugget by McNugget.
Yeah. Look at this. It's just so stupid, but whatever. I don't care. Okay, it's a cute thing. I get it. They go, "Hey, our M, when you flip it upside down, looks like a W. What do we and some asshole in a boardroom conference was like, "Why don't we do that for Women's Day? We'll get press out of it." Fine. You get the press. They're not trying to chastise women or anything. It's like, cute thing. Cute little promotion. Whatever. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't hurt anything. It's fine. We're recognizing women. We all like women, especially hot ones. And so, but now, Twitter has to get involved. McDonald's flipping their arches upside down to support women. I bet all the money you'd spend on doing that would be better used for women's charities or scholarships.
It's never good enough, is
What
it?
money, by the way? They're digital. Most of it's just on their digital end.
Yeah.
It probably was just a.
Yeah, they have a marketing team. If they're not doing this, they're coming up with another stupid milkshake.
Yeah,
commercial.
but what about women's charities, dude? We could
So
further.
Twitter's gonna call.
There was literally one guy with a ladder and a screwdriver who went up to the one location in California and unscrewed the M and flipped it upside down. So I don't know how much that cost, like $8 an hour. Took him probably a couple hours. Good,
Sure.
Easily. So that's $16 we should donate to women's charities. Hello. You need to be more woke, McDonald's. If McDonald's actually cares about women, how about paying a livable wage, providing health care to your employees, hiring minorities and women in leadership roles?
Why doesn't it? Oh my god, dude! They just sat there and said, "Hey, this would be a kind of a thing. This will be nice," and then Twitter's gonna come after them.
They're not done. Oh, look, it's a W. Maybe a living wage instead. And then this is my favorite. A mere W? Sorry, not exactly loving it.
God,
Dude, you would have wrote that one.
Yeah, I probably would have.
Man, you're sorry you didn't.
Oh, these fucking people. Oh, they're just the worst. Why are people the worst? Why can't you just look at that and go, cute, let it go? You're trolling.
Yeah,
Trolling
it's all
now.
gotcha. Troll.
what is McDonald's supposed to say to that? What should their reaction even be? Like but we always talk like in the thoughts and prayers. Like we say, like they have to say something. McDonald's has to, Nike had to come out and say they weren't racist or something for whatever that was. What are they supposed to say? Come out and say, yeah, now we're giving money too.
They probably do already.
Yeah, they probably do.
That's
Ron
actually
has
true
been-
too, by the way.
Ron's house.
The Ronald McDonald House, yeah, that's been going for decades.
Dude, Ron has been donating to children's charities and all kinds of things forever. He's a good clown. He
He is.
really is. McDonald's chief diversity officer.
the CDO.
Yeah. Chief diversity officer. How you doing? Wendy Lewis at your service. She came out and said, in celebration of women everywhere, and for the first time in our brand history, we flipped our iconic arches for Women's Day in honor of the extraordinary accomplishments of women everywhere, and especially in our restaurants. Restaurant? I don't know. Restaurant. Strong word. You know, by the way, women are crushing it right now. Like, women are really kicking ass in way more than men. I think we need an International Men's Day because men are falling so fucking far behind women. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah. Women are like leaping past us with education and employment. They're getting better jobs. They're getting better degrees. They're doing a much more. I'm not saying they don't have their problems, especially with batterers and things like that and assault that they have to deal with. But as far as getting ahead,
They're getting better jobs.
they are. They are.
Studies show.
Yes. Lots of studies.
Hey, this segment is brought to you by Mayer and Company Accountants. If you dread doing your personal business taxes as much as you dread sleeping on Mike's couch, gross, slovenly,
It's not slovenly.
let Kyle Mayer handle all that shit for you. He's a pro. You can trust him. Don't waste your time trying to figure out all those damn tax forms, numbers, and deductions. Leave it all to Kyle. Call Kyle today, 248-521-0016. If you're one of the first 100 TDC listeners, you get the special price of $69. But even if you're not in that lucky 100, tell him that Detroitcast sent you. You get 10% off your tax prep bill.
We talked to Martin Starr. That was this
I
week,
remember
right?
that, yeah.
I mean, not the time a year ago.
Bertram Guilfoyle.
Yeah.
Episode 1013.
Is that the one?
Yes.
And they're the new season of Silicon Valley.
March
kicks off-
25th.
Yeah, is that 9 o'clock?
I think it's at 10 o'clock
10
on
o'clock
HBO.
on HBO. It doesn't matter. You can stream it and stuff. But anyway, so they're starting to do press. That's why we talked to Martin, because he was a huge fan of ours and wanted to come back on our show.
One of the first ones, he was like, yeah, I'm going to start press. I'm going to start
Yeah.
here.
I need to talk to Mike and Jay.
Makes sense.
ASAP, right out of the gate. And so we were like, yeah, we could do that for him.
Fit him in.
Yeah. And so anyway, he was great, and we had to ask him about T.J. Miller and, what's the real reason he left the show? Was it sexual assault stuff? Was it just time? And he answered it, and he slalomed well. Mm-hmm. He was very, very aware that he was on public, that he was talking to a public, and so he was careful about that. Well, some other people are starting to come out and talk about Mr. Miller as well, and they're a little higher up on the ladder than young Martin Starr is. When you're talking about Alec Berg and Mike Judge, and so they're saying that that the move was very much a mutual decision. There had been stretches when TJ looked to have things under control, and others when he'd show up seemingly under the influence.
Oh.
Yeah, if he showed up at all. That, according to Mike Judge, he told the Hollywood Reporter that. He was often late, would sometimes fall asleep on set. Schedules would regularly have to be, and you're going to love this, Jay. We're going to want to add this to our repertoire of words.
Yeah. Our nomenclature.
Yes. He was schedules would regularly have to be rejiggered because of the actor. I know it's dangerous, but it rejiggered. Dude, who uses rejiggered? Would you say like?
Can you just say jiggered?
Yeah, but what if you want to, what if you've jiggered, and then it's like, oh no, that's not good enough. We need to jigger again.
Yeah.
You would rejigger, right?
Re-jigger.
Yeah. I say jigga. I put the H on the end. It's jigga. Sorry. Alec Berg, meanwhile, compared the four remaining actors, which would include Martin Starr, to the Golden State Warriors, and TJ was not LeBron. Oof. Shots fired, right? TJ Miller responded to that and said, oh, that's great. It makes me like him more because he's so good at being an asshole. It's a good response.
Yeah, TJ. He's quick on his feet, isn't he?
Yeah. And this part kind of sucks because he's like, he doesn't deny what Mike Judge said about him being late or sleeping on set.
Just say he was in character.
He says, it's not because I was under the influence. In real life, I'm not always high like Ehrlich is. And this will blow your readers' minds, but I'm not high when I work because it gets in the way of the comedy. I also am not a guy who's blackout drunk bumping into things on the set. Well, blackout drunk, you would be blacked out. You wouldn't be bumping into shit on the set, right?
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. He blamed his tardiness. Why would he blame, what would good solid reason for tardiness
Boy, just
be?
busy with so many other projects. And that's the thing, right? It's pulling him away. He just realized he's got too much going on in
Yeah.
the life of TJ Miller.
Look,
He's
listen,
in demand, man.
The fact that I was tardy is because
I had to go do a stand-up special and pour water all over myself.
I was performing stand-up sets until the early morning hours.
There you go.
While still appearing on a show. So the thing I have a problem with is pushing myself to do too much.
Well, and then he had to dry off, too.
Yeah, that
My
would take a
problem
long
is
time.
I'm too hard of a worker.
That's basically what he said.
You're in the interview, and it's like, what's your biggest problem? Well, I care too much.
Have you ever said that, E?
I've never been in an interview where they asked me that, but but I know them.
His
I know from
interviews,
what.
they ask him, can you stack these?
Right. I mean, I know from.
Can you
TV.
wear this blue smock and push this cart? Sorry.
It's all right. I think I actually have been asked that before, but I can't remember where.
Mike Judge also says T.J. Miller was not offered a full-time role in the final season. Why do they say final season?
No!
That's a quote.
No!
Is that a slip?
Everything I'd read up till now, he was saying 6 seasons. And dude, Martin said, right? I mean, he wouldn't he have let on like, we're not.
He danced.
If they fucking tied it up in season 5, he would have clued us in on that somehow.
Well, take this for what it's worth. You tell me what this means. Judge reveals that Miller was not offered a full-time role in the final season either. Instead, saying he could appear in 3 episodes before the character would be written off. Miller declined that offer and left. It just wasn't working, Mike Judge said. Berg, meanwhile, addressed some of the criticism the show gets about their lack of diversity. Really? I mean, do you think of that
Probably gender. You've got Lori Bream, you've got Amanda or whatever, but they're not like main roles, so they're probably looking at that going. But it's probably indicative of friggin' Silicon Valley, to be honest.
That's exactly what he said. Like, look, we're doing a show here. He's like, if you're doing a show on Nazi Germany or a movie on Nazi Germany, you can't have the diversity that you're talking about in those. It is what it is. Silicon Valley, it would be fraudulent to act like, oh, yeah, there's plenty of women and minorities all over.
But the 2 women who are in it are in power positions.
And they're great. Oh, they're fucking
Lori Bream.
I love Lori. What's Lori Bream's
She's
boss's
the robotic.
name?
Yeah, Lori is the robot.
Oh, Lori's the robot.
Amanda is the younger one.
Okay. Lori Bream is so goddamn funny.
Dude, I worked with a woman like that, and it just so resonates with me.
Really?
Just zero emotion. Everything doesn't compute quite right.
And whether it's good news or bad news, it's just delivered, blah, 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 blah. So funny.
Analyzing data.
Did you like this person you worked with?
Oh, I loved her.
Do you care to elaborate?
No.
Was this someone in a power position?
For sure.
Who would perhaps walk through the hallways and...
No, that woman who used to walk toward me. No, that was actually a woman who was way an underling. She was a secretary or administrative assistant.
What did you do to bring that
I didn't do anything to her, man. But she had this freaking...
She would float in the hall.
She would float. I told this story before, but there was this one woman. She was like the queen bee of the secretaries.
Oh, bitch, yeah.
No, she was all right. But she had this habit of walking down the hall, and she'd just physically, like, walk toward you and force you. I mean, you were almost up against the wall by the time she passed you. And this is like a normal standard hall where 2 people should be able to walk abreast. No problem. 3 people even.
And so
she'd just do this beeline, just like I was a magnet or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was some freaking power play.
Did you stand your ground, or did you get out of the way?
No, I'd get out of the way. I'm not going to, like...
Dude.
You're going to shoulder Raylene.
Dude, if a game of chicken springs up out of nowhere, you have to stand your ground. You send
I guess
one
I
message.
blinked, man. I blinked.
Obviously, you blink. If you do one shoulder and send her into a 360, it's done. It's done. Send her manila envelope.
I know.
Spiraling and splayed all over the ground once and go, oh, shit, I'm sorry. I was in my same path the whole time. I don't know what you were floating into my lane for, but my bad. She'll never do it again. What did you say, Raylene?
Raylene.
Yeah.
Nice lady.
Can we call Raylene one day?
No.
So, Raylene, I'm hearing rumors about this. Are you still doing it?
It's probably one of these things she wouldn't acknowledge. She'd be like, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? It's totally a power play.
Yeah, because Jay's a known liar. That's something Jay would make up. Raylene, you're a floater and you know it. Admit it, and let's move on. So and then you've got the T.J. Miller stuff, and this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because remember that transgender person that he knew, Daniel, and Daniel released these texts between he and T.J.
Yes,
and T.J.'s like, you're not a transgender, you're not a tranny, you're a fucking asshole, Daniel. And I sided with T.J. Miller on this one, where wasn't
like, Daniel just trolling him?
Yeah,
it
was kind of a troll thing.
Just kept poking.
And it sounds like TJ was responding to a fan for a while, and then it got more, and it's like, dude, who the fuck? And so I understood where TJ was coming there. But on paper, added up with the sticking bottles in vagines and, anally plugging some girl's butt when she doesn't know it's coming.
Allegedly,
as a virgin. Those stories coupled with, you're a fucking asshole, Daniel, not a tranny. It all looks bad. So, anyway, he had a statement. Oh, we're confident when all this comes out, blah, 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 blah. But that did not stop Comedy Central from canceling that the planned series, The Gorburger Show. Remember we'd heard about that?
Yep.
Some Gorburger show. And also, his podcast, Cashing In with TJ Miller, was removed from the Nerdist Network. Now, he's still going to appear in this upcoming Spielberg movie, Ready Player One, as well as the Deadpool sequel.
too,
yeah, and he was great. I thought he was great in Deadpool as the bartender in that. Yeah,
small role, but
yeah. And then he's got a part in the highly anticipated Kristen Stewart film Underwater. But after that, there are no projects lined up for the actor at this time. So what do? You embark on a stand-up tour.
Well, that's what I heard him saying, right? He was headed back to New York because that's where, the comedy scene, you can really hit it every night. And
yeah, but those are small stages. I mean, you know how much, you're going to get...
It's all about the craft, Mike.
Dude.
It's the craft.
But he's going to get water all over the first few... It's like Gallagher all over again.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, watch TJ Miller for about 10 minutes in its HBO stand-up. It is brutal.
It's so bad, dude. Remember, I'm thinking back now. Remember the sword or whatever?
Battle Axe?
Battle Axe, yeah.
I think I chuckled once or twice during it. And I watched the whole thing, wanting to.
Yeah.
I'd gone in there thinking, all right, I like this Erlich Bachman character. This dude, let's see what he's got. And it is brutal.
Honestly, when I got halfway through it, I kept watching I can't believe how bad this is. It can't continue. I mean, he's got to be building to, a point where he's going to hammer something and you go, oh, now I get it. You know when you watch a movie and it's kind of boring, but the end is so good, it's like...
all wraps together.
Now it all
Genius!
makes sense. Brilliant!
Never happened.
And it was like, that moment has to be coming. What's his home run at the end? Everybody closes with a big home run. Nah.
To me, it speaks to a dude's ego who can get up there and just think he's going to riff on a fucking HBO special by throwing water all over. It was produced like crazy too,
and promoted
because you could tell by how wet he was.
Yeah,
and how full his bottle was. Like they cut shit there. They cut shit and clipped it together.
He had water bottles in his pocket, like a normal 12-ounce or 16-ounce water bottle.
He's wearing kind of a suit jacket, and pants, and he had 12-ounce water bottles all over himself and on his stool, and he just
so what
every now and then just start drinking and just
start drinking,
drink. Yeah,
just lift the bottle up, and now it's pouring all over his face and his hair. Yeah. I mean, it didn't stop the whole show.
No,
it was awful,
and it wasn't connected to anything funny. It was just him pouring water on himself.
Yeah, and then didn't he have a spritzer too, with a spray bottle with water in it?
Yeah,
ugh, it was just so dumb. Yeah, so I don't know. I imagine people will still like him. He's a liberal lion.
Yeah.
Absolute liberal lion who's not afraid to voice his opinion. But it will be interesting to see where his career goes. Because if he doesn't have stuff lined up, he should have shit lined up for the next 2 years.
These guys are going to be banging after Silicon Valley. These four.
Yeah.
If they're not hitting after that, you're probably not going to hit.
Yeah.
That show is really staging them for their next step.
For sure. Did you get the feeling at all, and maybe this is just me, when we were talking to Martin Starr, he was very political and reserved, and
I like that, reserved.
Yeah, he was though, about his remarks, about what he was going to say. He knew, but I have a feeling personally that if we hung up that call and then hey, we're off the air, Martin, thanks for the time. By the way,
if he had to rank his best buddies on that show, the cast, TJ Miller's probably not at the top.
My guess is if you went, dude, okay, we're done, we're off the air. Seriously, man, what's going on with TJ Miller? My guess is it wouldn't surprise me. I could be totally wrong. It would not surprise me at all if Martin Starr went, dude, honestly, TJ Miller's a fucking asshole. The shit I read that he did to that girl, I don't doubt it. Fuck him. I just, that's the impression I got. TJ Miller seems like an in-your-face kind of asshole, and Martin Starr seems the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And it's your coworker, it's your co-star, Like, you
Well,
know,
for selfish reasons, I'd love to see Bachman come back for a couple episodes in what is hopefully the 6th and final
dude,
season.
he's not LeBron. All right? These are the Warriors, and he's not LeBron. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
It
doesn't
sounds
sound
like
it.
all those guys are just like, dude. I mean, Alec Berg and
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge. Those are
The decision
guys.
makers.
Those are the creators and showrunners, man. So I don't know. Speaking of entertainment, look at that. Those are the 7 mugshots.
Oh shit! This is the guy that stole Frances McDormand's Oscar.
Yeah, yeah. How is this dude getting passes into these events? I mean, 7 mugshots in the last few years. He's been arrested for all types of shit.
What are you doing with your life, man?
It just goes to show, though, like we were saying the other day, if you throw in a tux, act very confident like you belong,
Yeah.
you'd be shocked at how much you can get away with. Just like acting like you belong there. And that's kind of what this guy's doing, it sounds like. But Terry Bryant is his name, charged with grand theft of property for stealing her award at the Oscars. And I guess he's from Oregon. Yeah, he's got it up on the screen there. Boy, oh boy, a rough stretch in 2001, 2000, and 2002.
I would say from July 2000 to April 2002.
Yeah.
You're right, man. Rough stretch.
And you can throw 99 in there,
Sure.
too. Like, I mean, what are we doing, man? Terry, what are we doing? Bag up.
Bag up, bag up.
Come on, Terry.
What you doing, Terry?
So, yeah, he's got arrests for theft, assault, criminal mischief. Ooh. I don't know what criminal mischief is.
Catch-all.
Is it?
Mischief in
Yeah.
a criminal context.
So, I don't know. Hope it was worth it, sir.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Oh, did you see Betsy DeVos yesterday?
No.
I don't know why. I don't know why she would do this. She decided to go down and visit Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
So did The Rock, I think.
Oh, really?
I heard audio of Dwayne Johnson down there.
Wow.
Giving props to the kids.
He's firing up. He's getting ready for his political run.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to take on Oprah in the early rounds.
Plus, Jumanji just dropped on DVD, so.
There you go. There you go. So he's gearing up for his political run, and why not get into the gun debate? You know,
Get Hogg on his side.
Sure, yeah. If you can get David Hogg,
He can get in good with Hogg.
I mean, Hogg is a tough cookie. He's a tough one to break. I mean, the president calls, "Fuck you, sir." Click. You know, so Hogg ain't putting up with shit. But she goes down there, and it's like she's part of the administration. That school, the Hoggs of that school, they're not having it.
Yeah.
So why put yourself in that position?
Secretary of Education.
I know. She went into she walked out of a press conference rather quickly after only taking a couple questions, and so the kids were all pissed off that she didn't take any questions from them. And
Didn't stay and get lambasted by the kids.
yeah. She did lay a wreath outside, which is nice. That's helpful.
The laying of wreaths. That has to be a close second to thoughts and prayers, right?
Yeah,
The
it's-
laying of wreaths.
Is a wreath.
I've really not considered that until now. Interesting.
Do you think she swung by and said, "Guys, we got to stop. I got to pick up a wreath on our way," or do you think someone handed her?
handlers. Oh, handlers have.
Yeah.
Dude, if
Do you
there's
think it was her
anything-
idea?
if there's anything that needs to be handled by a handler, it's the wreathing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Purchase of the wreath, as well as the planning of the wreathing.
The whole process of wreathing.
I would say so.
Yeah, I mean,
Her pay grade? Come on.
think about that suck up too, that comes, you know, as she's
Mr.
in a-
Boss! Mr.
Mr.
Boss!
Hold on one second. As she opens the door, and she's got a bag from Pottery Barn or whatever, and it's like, I just thought since you're going to the school, maybe you could. Well, it's just me, but maybe we could do some wreathing. I figured this would be nice.
If you could lay a wreath.
Just when you're walking by, just drop a wreath on the cement, on the pavement, if you will.
So does that go next to like the rain-soaked teddy bears and the Mylar and all that? Then there's a wreath?
Yeah, I guess. But a wreath seems more expensive and powerful than Mylar and or Teddy. Or
Very much.
or the what do they call those tiny wee candles?
Oh, yeah, those, sure.
Yeah, the teacup
Votive, yeah,
teacup
right.
candles,
Yes.
perhaps. And you've got maybe the Jesus candle, that big Jesus candle, is those can be quite expensive,
Hell
I
yeah.
think. But a proper wreath, you don't want to lay it in the.
It's very
there and
formal,
let it
the
rain.
wreathing. And usually you have a tripod for the wreath. Am I wrong
That's a
about
good
that?
point.
It's a great
You can't just
point.
put I don't think you can place it just on the ground.
Right.
Dude, it sounds
I
like
think that's against wreathing protocol.
yeah, that's like laying an American flag down on the
Pretty
ground.
close.
Yeah. So they said she laid a wreath outside the fence of the building. Dude, she just leaned it. She didn't get a tripod. You have to get the tripod. And
Unless she hooked it to the fence? Is that okay?
Dude, she laid it outside the fence of the building. This was a tightly scripted appearance, they say, by a trio of students from the school paper, a broadcast student, and one from the yearbook. Near the end of the press availability, she called for elevating ideas that are done well. So,
Secretary of Education. Well put.
yeah, we need some ideas that are done well.
I want to elevate those types of ideas. Those
And
types.
one of the kids goes, yeah, like what? Then another one goes, any specific ideas? He's like, all right, peace out, I'm out.
No questions.
Oh, man.
Hope you guys enjoy your wreath. And then, thank you, press, said an aide off camera. Oh, thank you, press, that's it. And students motivated by the hashtag never again, which is right up there with, ideas that are done well.
Yeah.
Is right up there with hashtag never again, if we're honest. So these kids blasted her for not making herself available to take their questions. I think to say arming teachers is oversimplification and a mischaracterization, really, DeVos said. I think the concept is having that discussion with those kids is pointless.
Totally.
It's just so dumb. So these kids, of course, immediately go on Twitter and are just able to shit all over the education secretary. And so we've got student Carly Novell, who survived the shooting. Now, when you say survived the shooting,
Means you've been wounded, right?
you better have been nicked.
Grazed.
If I find that she was in Building 3 when the
If
shooter...
I find or hear the individual that has said that about me, I will pull your goddamn tongue out.
By the roots! Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I don't mean to call any of these kids out. It's terrible what they've been through. But if you're going to say student Carly Novel, who survived the shooting, you got to at least be in the building, right?
Hey, Mike, I survived the shooting.
I did too. I survived 9/11.
I did too.
Yeah. E, did you survive 9/11?
Both. Yeah, the shooting and 9/11. Yes, we're correct.
Anytime we're quoted in the paper from now on, or in any article,
Survived
9/11 survivor.
9/11 survivor,
Mike
Jay
Walters.
Detroit cast. Mike Walters, who survived the shooting in Parkwood, whatever school. I want to know. Now, if she was in the building, I'll give her proper apologies. I will. I will take a step back, admit my fault. But if I find, Carly Novell, that you were in Building 3 while the shooter never left Building 12, I don't think you get credit for surviving the shooting.
Yeah.
So anyways, she survived the shooting and wrote on Twitter, I thought she would at least give us her thoughts and prayers. Is that what you...
My God.
They're demanding it now?
Yeah. I would say, bitch, you got a wreath, okay?
Yeah.
I mean...
Close second, like I said.
Thoughts and prayers go into the ether. Wreath is right there. You can go
At least you
admire
have
it.
beautiful greenery
Yeah.
for a month or so.
Go
Until
take
it
a
rots.
picture with it. Selfie with the wreath. So, I thought she would at least give us her thoughts and prayers, but she refused to even meet or speak with students. I don't understand the point of her being here. Another student, Kyra Pero, I don't know if she survived the shooting, but she said, Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos spoke to me and only a handful of students. She did not properly answer my only question. Douglas has like 3,000 students, and none of them were invited. Okay. Douglas! Can't win.
No.
Can't win.
Not
Dude,
that
you-
administration.
You need to, I think I've told you this before, but you need to watch Veep, man, on HBO. I've had a few people, one friend that was even like an intern in Washington this year, and they, like House of Cards, stuff like that. They say the Veep is by far the most realistic view of kind of what Washington's like, because Julia Louis-Dreyfus is playing the vice president,
Oui.
but she's just, and like there's a scene one time, very specifically, almost like this, where she's going down to do some charity, and she's just gonna paint, on a wall, like, I'm here for the kids.
Yeah.
And like on her way in there, they're like giving her some stupid shirt that the charity wants her to wear, and it's a terrible color. And she just does her thing, and she's walking off. She's like, "Give me this fucking shirt off me. I look like a fucking pumpkin. Fuck this and shit." My point is, though, you would really like it, dude. It's everything that you think about politics, but like in a show.
Well,
Like,
we know that's true. We've heard the reports of Hillary Clinton when can we get these retards off the lawn? When they've got special ed students to do an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
That was when she was governor.
Yeah.
Or when Bill was governor of Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's like, when can we get these retards off the lawn?
Right.
You know? And you know that's the way it is. And it's like, dude, that would be the worst part. It's like, I'm going down to Florida where they had a tornado come through, and I'm gonna wear my coat. I'm gonna
Just roll up my sleeves and help the people.
This is my district down here. I'm gonna hand them cases of water. We're gonna make a train. We're each gonna hand it off to the next guy. We're gonna hand these waters off.
There's like 19 guys in the matter of 20 feet.
Yeah. One guy pulls it from the back of the truck with his rolled up sleeves, or Trump firing those the paper towel to people in the crowd. Hey, who wants a paper towel? It's like, dude, that would suck so bad to make these appearances doing that shit. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Ugh.
Hey, before we get to Big E history, everybody, please use our affiliate links. You'll see our Amazon and Groupon links above the fold on DetroitCast.com. Click on them, shop away. Doesn't cost more, but the key is that you click through our links. You don't just go to Amazon and use Amazon and think
No.
you're helping us.
No.
You got to go to our website, DetroitCast.com, and click on our links.
And if you're just going to Amazon to do that, thinking it's safe, you're just a
Son of a
cocksucker.
bitch!
You're just a dick face. That's all. You're purposely spitting in our face. I mean, that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing.
Spitting. Also, make sure you shop MyPillow.com.
Yes.
For all your betting-related needs, use TDC code for the very best discount.
Yes. Stop flip-flopping like a guppy. My patented
My wife's really going to be upset
My
about
wife's
this.
really going to be upset about this.
Isis, are you ready?
Sure.
Now
Are
remember,
we gonna jump into E's history right now?
I
out
think
of the
we
ga-
should.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a visual learner, so I hope that E, you can handle that.
E, did you bring it today?
I actually have some video too today.
You know what's
actually.
nice is that we didn't do it yesterday, and he didn't do some stupid history moment about himself.
Should have done that.
On this day, 48 years ago, I was born.
I dropped out of my mom's giant vagine.
I should have done that. I'll have you pull this music down, I guess, in a second, actually, because I do have some video. Anyway, so here we go. This was the
interesting.
first stock car race ever
Hell
took
yeah,
place.
Robin's
March,
racing, E.
March
Hell yeah.
8th.
That's in California, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Florida.
1936, Daytona.
Oh, okay.
Daytona Beach.
Yeah, it looked like the left coast with those waves, man.
Well, it's
all you
Daytona-
get is ankle slappers.
Well,
all you get is ankle slappers in Florida. Ain't got no real waves.
It was in Daytona Beach. The reasoning is that they actually had been having the land speed records had been going since the early 1900s in Daytona, where people were just trying to go as fast as they can in a straight line.
They hadn't discovered the salt flats yet.
Not yet, but then when they did discover the salt flats, Daytona wanted to still have people coming down and racing cars. It was people had been coming down, the economy's getting filled, so they decided to have a first ever sanctioned stock car race on the.
Boy, that looks safe, doesn't it?
I was about to say, that looks a little dangerous to me. You got the public just standing there, and then
Yeah.
just a bunch of
Well,
these
don't
old
worry, Jay. There
gray
was a
cars.
rule, that if any of the public touched the car was disqualified from the race. So,
Now,
actually,
how many drivers were killed and how many?
no drivers were killed, but
How many people in
27.
the stands were killed?
None. There was 27 drivers in the first race, and it's not that. By the way, this is not the first Daytona 500. This is just the first stock car race that ever was sanctioned. The first Daytona 500 isn't until 1959. So, but there was 20,000 people there watching this happen.
20,000?
That's what they think.
Wow.
Yes. And here, I do have, if you want, you can maybe play this under while I'm talking a little. There's some video.
Yeah. See.
Hell yeah, he's going about 35, right? 40?
Is
Well-
there no volume with this?
There might not be, honestly.
Look at him go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Miguel. That looks real sick.
So I guess you can play the music because there's no volume.
They're just driving on dirt.
So these are just dudes
Half
who are
the
like,
rate-
I'll enter my car. What
There
the
was
hell?
30. It was a 3.1 mile track, not half of it exactly, but splitting between the beach, the actual beach, and some road. So it was on road and
Dude, that's
the
badass, actually.
beach. And so
How fun would that be?
the fastest.
Here comes Jay in the 27 car. See? Yeah, riding along the beach.
Yeah, and this is when they were stock. I mean, these were just people that drove up. Out of the 27 drivers, 10 were from Florida. The fastest qualifying mile speed was 70 miles an hour, although the average speed of the race was only 48 miles an
Yeah.
hour, which
Dude,
is
I could
pretty
win that
common.
race. I could fucking win that
Can you
race.
escape?
Yes.
Probably
Dude,
could.
if their average speed's 48 miles an hour. Dude, the 7 car was in reverse. I don't know
this
what
was
he's
kind-
doing, ladies and gentlemen, but look at the 7 car. He's actually going backwards.
This was
not
kind of-
going to win that way.
This was kind of ridiculous. They thought to make it more competitive, they would have the fastest person. Normally, the fastest person in this day and age would start first. They finished them last. And the problem is they also did like a staggered start. So the guy who qualified the fastest didn't start until 30 minutes after
God.
the green flag. So not shockingly, he only moved, I think, 2 or 3 positions. He didn't even come close to winning.
Yeah.
But he was started so far behind.
Dude, he should have not floored it in the beginning. He should have just,
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I think they didn't know that was going to happen.
Was sandbaggery a thing back then?
I think so.
Because if so,
Sand was. I'm sure they had bags too. So.
Yeah. I would have totally sandbagged. I'm like, dude, I can't get it over 52 miles an hour. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Dude, look at the ruts by the end, right? There's going to be huge ruts. They're going like 2 miles an hour.
Only 10 cars survived the whole thing. So 17 other cars did not even make it.
Did they run out of gas? Did they crash? What did they do?
Like you said, there was definitely times where cars flat out just got stuck in the turns, and now people had to avoid these cars.
Yeah, they're having to take it so wide.
Yeah, he's losing time. Bigly.
So a lot of people are watching NASCAR. This is actually, for me personally, this was the most interesting. If you watch racing, it starts at, most people know that races usually start at 1 p.m. Well, that started because back in the day, they started at 1 because of the advantage of the low tide. The stands were full to capacity and every available vantage point for the standing along the course. So because of the low tide on the beach, that's literally started at a time because of the fact of that.
Well, it makes sense.
Interesting factoid.
It is.
They did. There was a big thing between the government though, like the city council, like they sold tickets, but then like there was a big dispute where someone stole the tickets from them, like not sending them out to people, and there was this whole back and forth, and finally they did ship it out to people, but they say that by the time they got it to people, there was most of the crowd was just people that walked up. So people that bought tickets and then just didn't have seats because it was just kind of...
Sounds like Woodstock.
They're just standing in the infield.
Yes, it was a 3.1 mile course. Like I said, it would have some on the beach, some on the land.
Yeah, they had
damn good video, dude. This video's
I know.
great.
It is. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It was.
What kind of cars are these?
They were some
ran
of them
the
were
gamut, didn't
some
they?
of them, yeah, there were some Fords and stuff like that too, but there was other brands that I had not recognized before.
So they didn't have pit crews or anything. It's like whatever you got out of your car.
Yeah,
you got
it was just kind of just go for it. The race took 5 hours and was supposed to go. I forget exactly. God, I don't have it right here, but it ended 5 laps short because it was just the scoring was so ridiculous. Like they really, even to this day, in reality, it was so because it just people were starting at the times they were. It was so unorganized that they show where people won. Like somebody finished 15th. But then the 14th person somehow ran less laps or something because the score.
What?
They were so unorganized in what the scoring was. Who did? I do have.
Did he go on to great fame thereafter?
No, I didn't recognize.
He never won another NASCAR event.
Well, NASCAR didn't even come around until the 50s. Again, this was. Although Bill France, the owner, the founder, what ended up being the creator of NASCAR, was in this race, and he finished 10th.
Oh, wow. That's sweet.
Or 18th, sorry, 18th, I apologize.
I don't care who finished 18th.
I know, but he was...
There's no medals for 18th, E. Who won the damn thing?
I'm trying to remember.
France is the guy, though. He's the guy who created NASCAR.
Dude, he finished 18th, okay?
10th.
18th, he said.
He qualified 18th, finished 10th.
Okay. You don't listen very well.
Shit, where's his fucking name? Can't believe I don't have
Not
his name
important.
Here.
He didn't go on to anything else.
Yeah, I didn't recognize the name. Whoever he was, he sucked later. No, I'm just...
Yeah. Sorry, ladies, he's spoken for.
And the city, also the city claims they lost $20,000 on this first race.
I don't believe it.
I don't buy that either.
And said that, and had an official statement that just Daytona Beach was not interested in any future stock car races.
Well, that's their fucking problem. I don't see one concession stand. I don't see a fucking T-shirt.
They didn't
tent.
maximize, did they?
No, absolutely not.
Now, there's some costs involved in rehabbing the roads, probably.
Yeah.
Especially that corner.
Dude, I don't see a single sponsor on any of these cars. They
Fools.
just got, yeah, I mean,
dude,
talk about
Richard
dropping
Petty was
the
the
ball.
first person who really finally started having sponsors. It was a long time before people started paying to put their thing on NASCAR. I will, what was that? Shit, there was one more thing I was going to say, and I fucking don't remember.
Well, Easis, overall, a good day in history, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say.
It's a helpful video, visual learner that was very, very informative.
Yeah, visual learner usually means pictures. Images, if you will.
I do have more images, but I thought
like
that video.
the video. Yeah, I like the video.
Yeah, and we'll put that
aspect.
on our show post at DetroitCast.com. That video will be available to you.
Very good. Let's take a quick break, and then are you getting excited for the OJ interview?
Yes,
dude. I remember when this was recorded back in 96, 97.
I do too.
And it's just been shelved by Fox for all these years, and that's going to be aired and. I can't wait. We're getting previews of it, and we'll take a look at those. And then I guess there was another guy. Jay, I have not seen this yet, but a guy caught jacking off in the stands.
Yeah, pretty overtly.
Yeah, over the weekend, I guess it was, a few days ago.
Yep.
Reminds me a little bit of the security guard at the Chargers game.
It's more overt than that.
Really?
Yes.
It can't be more overt than that. That guy was absolutely jacking it.
This guy has his Todger out.
Can we see his Todger?
If you look close.
I mean, do they put like a happy face thing?
No,
over
I think we have video that pretty much shows his hand on his Todger.
Exceptional. Get to that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, TDC listeners, it's Kelly from the Hamlin Pubs. I know it's cold outside, but we all know spring is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Tigers opening day, and we've got you covered. For $45, we'll hook you up with food, drinks, transportation to and from the biggest pregame bash party in Detroit. So make sure you call one of your 5 Metro Detroit locations to book your reservation.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast, powered by DealsInTheD.com. Mike and Jay. Typing away over there, sir.
Just typing.
Yep, doing all your types in.
Replying to all.
Remember Terry Crews? Do you know Terry Crews?
Bag up, bag up.
No, it's a different Terry.
No, I don't remember Terry Crews.
Terry Crews was a football player.
Oh, yeah. This is the
actor.
Yep, dude who claimed that a male producer, someone in Hollywood, grabbed his dick.
Yes, it was a like someone from the William Morrison agency, which is like the top. These are the guys that rep DiCaprio and Johnny Depp and shit like that. And I think he was one of those guys. And there was some big Hollywood party, and so he says, and dude, of all people to grope, Terry Crews is a giant of a man.
He is. He's an
big
oak of a
boy.
man.
Yes. He's
You're
a
not
big
supposed
boy.
to say big boy. He's a black guy, Mike.
He's a big boy.
You can't say that.
He's a good boy.
You can't call him a boy.
He's
Wow,
a good
that was
boy.
Racist.
Yeah, shit, I didn't even
Overtly
realize.
racist.
It's not racist.
Yeah.
I didn't say, hey, boy,
He's a large man.
what are you doing, boy? I said, he's a good boy. It's a difference between
Sounds
he's a good
kind
boy
of condescending.
and, why don't you get your ass back in the field, boy?
He's a grown man who deserves respect.
He's a good boy. Look
With
at
a
him.
crinkly head, huh?
Yeah, he's got a crinkly head. I sure do. And he's
So he was the president in Mike Judge's.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. Great movie.
That's where I mainly know him from.
Yes, he was. He didn't he have a
Yeah,
wig on,
long
that
locks.
hair. Yeah, yeah. He's in the Fox show too.
It's great, dude.
911.
Yeah. I can't think of it, but I watch it.
So prepared for this story.
Yeah. But anyways, there's an update on that story. He was at this party with his wife, and he sees this guy, bald guy, kind of a big dude, and walks over and just like grabs his cock and balls, like a hold of it. And Terry Crews just like, what the fuck? Jumps back, and the dude does it again. And so this is when the Harvey Weinstein allegations were first starting. This is before #MeToo even. And so he came out and was like, yeah, I know what it's like to be sexually assaulted too. And he claimed he had PTSD from it.
What you doing, Terry?
And well, now there's a update on that, and they are not going to charge that guy with anything. They're not bringing any charges. The guy, remember, he was doing like, I don't even want to do it. Like sticking his tongue out, like eating vagine, like across the room at him, and like kept his tongue out the whole time. And I'm like, dude,
an animal,
fucking weirdo. Yeah. So anyway, they're not going to charge
next
him.
time that happens to Terry that he just pummel the guy.
Yeah,
that's probably what the regret is. He's sitting there just going, "Why, God, man?
Well,
how did I not just fucking pummel this guy,
dude?" And that was the thing. If you remember, he was with his wife, and his wife was like, "Let's go, let's get out of here," and got him out of there. And Terry was like crying on the way home.
What you doing, Terry?
He was so violated and upset.
Oh Lord, jeez. Oh Lord, oh jeez.
And that's what Terry was saying, was like, I should have fucking destroyed that dude.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Should have destroyed him. And his wife is like, look, listen, you are a black boy in Hollywood. Black.
Why do you keep saying
man.
that? That's weird, man.
Just to bother you that time.
Wow.
Did you really think that was racist
That's
when I was like,
overt.
he's a good boy, he's a big boy?
No, I didn't think that was racist.
Fuck,
but
turning to Big E.
The deal that you would go to boys several
I did that
times
just
while
for
doing
you.
a Terry. You didn't though.
I
That
did.
rolled off the tongue.
I think he was doing
In a
that as a
troubling
joke
way.
that time.
Yeah,
man.
thank you, thank you, Isis.
I think that was a joke.
That time was. Cut me some slack. Do you think I'm a racist?
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
I think half our listeners do too.
Yeah, that's okay. Fuck them too. So anyway, his wife was like, look, listen, you're a black man in Hollywood. If you were to knock the teeth out of this guy, they're going to side with the white man at the party, and you're going to go to jail. You're going to be pegged as a angry black man who attacked this guy, and you're going to end up in jail. So you did the right thing. You did the right thing by backing down. And I know you're upset now, but you did the right thing. And so I hope he gets over his PTSD. They said the statute of limitations has run out on this?
Yeah, it was like 20 years ago or some shit.
I didn't think it was that long ago that happened. Did you really think it was that long ago?
I remember it being, a long time.
Wow, I did
haven't
not
read
know that.
the update on the story, but I totally remember it being back in the day.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, he filed the thing like in November of last year.
Hey, Hamlin Pubs, inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, drinks, and atmosphere, whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl. It's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, as well as their 2 Shelby Township locations. Now, Big E will be out at the 25 Mile in Van Dyke on Saturday, St. Patty's Day, from 7 to 11 a.m. All TDC listeners with Big E get free breakfast. So come join him for breakfast, or if you're coming out later in the day, he'll be around as well. So
get green eggs and ham.
Make it out there for St. Patty's Day with Big E.
And don't forget, tonight, if you're listening to us live or Thursday, tonight, March 8th, E will be opening the show for J. Chris Newberg out at O'Mara's in Berkeley, 12 in Orchard, or 12 in Coolidge in Berkeley. So go on out there. I'm going to go out there. I think D-Mac's going. And so that should be a good time. Chris Newberg is great. And E, are you prepared? Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
You're going to do a little longer set, too, I understand.
Yeah, 15 minutes, I think.
He demanded longer stage time. He got Newberg on the phone. Was like, listen, fuck, if I'm going to do this, I need
doing
time.
No 5 minutes.
I need time to spread my wings a little bit. And Jay Chris was like, dude, all right, fine.
I need time to let my hooker jokes marinate.
That's right. I need to let them marinate a little bit.
Got a lot of build up.
Yeah.
Got to let them breathe.
That should be a lot of fun tonight. So come on out there. Tickets available still. You can get them at the door or whatever. So O.J. Simpson. Remember him? You've heard of O.J. Simpson, right?
I vaguely recall.
He was a running back for the Bills.
Arenthal James, yes.
Yes. There you go. It hurts.
Number 32. Okay.
There you go. They've got a new Fox. Well, it's not new, but his confession. So if I did it, sort of interview.
Well, it corresponded with that stupid book he was going to release. If I did it.
Yeah.
Where he tells this. Yeah. If I did kill Nicole, this is how I would have done it, which is the weirdest concept ever.
Yes.
For a person who was found not guilty, not innocent, Mike.
He was found innocent of that. I remember that.
Of murder. Odd move.
It was so weird, too, because at the time, I remember when this special was being promoted, and it was like, holy shit, they've got O.J. Blow. And I think it was the public outcry that was really, really strong. That was like, fuck this guy. And the pushback was so strong that they pulled it. And so this thing has been shelved in the basement of Fox Studios all these years. And so the Lost Confession is what they're calling it.
Until our society was so fucking run down and nosedived into the ground. It's like, okay, we're ready for this now.
Yeah, we're ready to see. This
doesn't even make us blink.
Yeah. Dude, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about today, if that was filmed today, there'd be
hell yeah.
Dude, hell you can't wait. Got my popcorn ready.
CNN would cover it.
Yeah, of course. So it's going to air Sunday at 8 o'clock, the Lost Confession. And do we have a little video clip, E? You were telling me it's pretty good that Juice is talking about how, even at Nicole's funeral, I was still mad at her. It's like, Jesus, Juice.
Seeing her and leaning over and kissing her. Can you tell me that story?
Yeah. Well, no, it was tough. I just remember seeing her there. And I still had so many feelings of, if you're angry with a person upon their death, if you're angry with somebody about whatever's going on in your life, when they die, it's not like that anger disappears, right?
I think it should.
And
I think it should.
Oh, yeah. The 911 call, when I'm yelling at her about what's going on, it was like it was almost like I wanted to say, I told you, didn't I tell you? Didn't I say to you, I'm going to kill you. Whatever the hell was going on, you know what I mean? Didn't I? So you still got those kind of feelings in you, and you still are trying to deal with, I'm not going to be able to say this to this person. I'm never going to be able to change this person's mind. I'm never going to have an effect on this person again.
What did you say to her when you leaned over and kissed her?
I don't know if I said anything, to be honest with you. I'm told that some person said they heard me say, I'm sorry. I just recall Judy Brown pulling me over, looking me in the eye, and saying to me, OJ, did you have anything to do with this? And I know I told her no.
Oh.
What a narcissist.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
What is it? Is it just that he's too honest, like he can't get out of his own way? How do you not recognize that saying that?
He thinks he's smarter than everybody, man.
Yeah, it is insane. That's sociopathic though. Yeah, that's not even narcissism. That's sociopath. Crazy. I can't wait to watch it, though.
I know.
Dude, remember when we went through that book? When we read the chapters of that book? And it was fascinating. It was like, yep, that's exactly how it happened. Nope, that's exactly how those murders
Until that
went down.
one part, right at the very end, there was some part where he's like, the murder, the actual murder. He's like, I really don't know how that happened.
Yes.
Like he claimed he had memory loss or something.
Yeah, that's where
even though it's a fictional book.
Dude, that's where he blacked out in a rage, and so he doesn't have those details. But it was like
telling a story that's not real, of course.
Yeah, you were
make it up. You're writing a fictional story.
So should have easily. Before we get to email, Jay,
we do have some email, Mike.
I want to see this video. I love video of guys jacking off, whether it's on the bus in front of women.
I tend to agree with you. It's interesting.
Why is that? Like
it's just such animalistic behavior. You're like, no way can this guy be doing this.
Yeah,
you're in a soccer stadium.
Yeah,
in Germany.
But if you walked in, like say I walked in and you were here, Jay, and I went, hey man, where's Ian? You said, oh, he's down on the couch jacking off. Like I'd have no interest in coming down here to see it. But when it's on video,
it's the public display aspect.
Yeah,
it's having the balls to do this.
Is he wearing a mask on his face?
No, I think he's just wearing like a stocking cap. All
right, well,
but there's two people. I don't know, within 5 feet of him, right, and then people behind him.
And he's got like his pants down.
Dude, he's got his pants down. He's just leaning there, handing. Let him go. He's got his Todger in his hand.
He's rock too.
Yeah,
he's not trying to get that thing up. It's up.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, stop pausing it. I want to see him jack off.
I'm not pausing it. The internet is...
Please, Jesus, I need to see this man jerk off.
I'm not pausing it.
You just see the finish shotty. Come on.
He doesn't finish, does he?
No, but he keeps going when the security guards walk up to him.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, you'll just have to believe me.
I don't.
You'll just have to believe me.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to see the guy jacks off. And
Mike was dead set on seeing a guy jack off today.
Need to see the guy jacks off. I'm sorry. Jesus.
Schalke wie Hertha Berlin. Look at him go.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Do any of the fans notice?
I don't think so. Maybe people
like
behind
that poor
him.
woman she has to know now, right?
Woman,
people are like, oh, that's Cindy. Cindy, did you know you were in that video with that guy jacking off? What?
Look at him go. He doesn't care.
No, he didn't give a shit. What? We are such animals.
Now she noticed. She noticed. Oh my God.
She's like, dude, he's really jacking off.
No, she didn't, because she's still there. She's still hanging.
No, I think she notices now, because that guy's kind of looking back,
How could you be within throwing distance if Look at him go. So just overserved, dude. Security walks up, he's still going.
Sir, can you please put your dick away?
They're trying to arrest him without touching his hands.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, he was in one of those he's got blinders on. He's thinking about coming. As soon as he comes, it'll all come back to him. But in that moment, oh, poor guy didn't even get to finish.
That was as overt as you get publicly.
Wow. Do you like that one as much as the San Diego Chargers security guy?
I mean, that was more overt. I think that, in terms of a covert operation, the San Diego security guy was amazing.
What about the black guy on the bus with the white girl yelling in his ear?
I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Are you going to stop now? And then we noticed after watching it 15 times,
he just boiled over.
It just shot. We didn't notice the finish for a long time, and when we did, it was like, oh my God.
That was troubling.
Yeah. That might be the worst one.
I don't want to revisit that one.
I do, but we don't have time. We've got to get to some email.
We do have some email. Before we get to email, though, Mike, BJ follows up on something he did the other day. We called him out on. He made me pay for postage in order to receive his package. You remember that guy?
Yes, of course.
Where I showed up, and Chris at the post office is like, yeah, man, I mean, you got this thing.
Yeah, COD.
But it doesn't have sufficient postage, so I'm like, well, he's like, you can open it if you want. Check it out, see if you want it. And I wanted it. It was a Perot sticker. Perot bumper sticker.
Yeah,
but
Perot for president.
In the process, I had to shell out like $2 or something more to get it.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't have 2 singles or a 1 and some change.
No, that's not when I had to break my 2.
Oh, it's not?
I had to break my 2 at a different time. But,
okay. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, so BJ writes in now with a properly posted envelope, and he says,
Yeah.
Period. I'm paying the fine, but only under protest. I am aggrieved. Chris the postman is full of shit. This is the same envelope purchased at and stamped by the same post office. So he's claiming that what he sent me just today is the same thing. The postcards simulate the weight of the bumper sticker, and the result is the same. 3 stamps. Bonafide!
Well, I don't know enough about BJ to back him up on this. I do like Chris a lot.
I will say,
Chris
too,
is rock
BJ,
solid.
this is not the same type of... he's got an official postage that he purchased, so he had this weighed and purchased through them.
Yeah, it's not like he just threw
Correct.
3 forever stamps
I think
on
he
there.
willy-nilly threw old stamps on or something, like 26 cents or some shit.
Yeah.
But, BJ, I do appreciate the post that was sent within. Got Tulsa, Oklahoma. Beautiful this time of year.
Why did they make postcards of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
So BJ can send one to us.
Okay.
Also, 2 from New Zealand.
All right, now we're talking.
I mean, what beautiful landscapes. Now, gentlemen, to the real issue. A peace offering of sorts. 2s for the boys, huh? 2s all around. E, you get the crinkled up one.
Yep.
And
take it, though.
Mike, 2 for you. Thanks,
Wait,
BJ.
Why did you get the nicest 2?
I don't even care.
Thanks for the 2s. Yeah, we take 2s. Anybody want to send us 2s, we'll take 2s.
We take hundreds as well.
We do. We'll accept those. Ryan writes in, this is a guy who sent us posts a couple weeks ago with a very questionable geographical factoid, and I'll remind you of it.
Okay.
Gents, enjoy this reading of posts. The wife and I went to Amelia Island, so here's your factoid. Did you know Amelia Island has the westernmost lighthouse in the U.S.?
Yeah.
To which we went, hold on!
Yeah.
Back up, back up!
Bag up, bag up.
I'm almost positive there are lighthouses in Michigan, which is further west.
Dude, Amelia Island's in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ryan says, asshats, per your 1008 bitching session, see below my factoid. Yes, I might have had a few drinks before writing it, but it looks like I was correct. Shocking. No, sir. You were correct. You would have been correct had you said westernmost lighthouse on the east coast of the United States, but you didn't.
Oh, no, he does not get off with that.
Had he said that, we wouldn't have started probationary processes.
What did he say specifically? The westernmost lighthouse.
Did you know? So he's like, gather around, everybody.
Yeah.
Did you know Amelia Island has the westernmost lighthouse in the U.S.? And I quote.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And the fact that he's going to try to stand behind that.
We would have thanked him and moved on had that been the factoid.
Yeah. No, he wasn't even close.
He neutered our attempt to educate the masses. So, Ryan, there you go. We were right, you were wrong. Now, if you'd like to write in the show, send your thoughts to email@DetroitCast.com. That makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah,
Email
it's probably the best way to do it.
DetroitCast.com.
Yeah.
Mike writes in, hi, guys. Got a question about your zippered hoodies with embroidered option. Is that front and back? Yes, and they're sweet. Get the sweet TDC secondary
on the
logo.
titty, on the breast.
On the breast, and then the sweet Detroit cast on the back. The embroidery looks great. I have one. I wear it all the time. Also, on the subject of hoodies, I feel you guys need to release a Mike's line, Mike's Reserve, or Mike's Private Stash hoodie.
I like that. I like where this is going.
Yeah, you're going to like where this is going. The line would consist of clothing sporting the TDC logo. Brands would include Hugo Boss, Tommy Hilfiger, and or Versace.
Polo.
And the like. Also, this is where you'll really like it, Mike. The smallest size would be 3XL up to 5XL.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
they would all be tall, so your gut/gas tank for
Yeah.
love doesn't drop below the helm.
I got it.
You could even add the option
That
of
doesn't
Mike
hurt at all.
Warren. It could have a
that's cool.
spot of mustard.
I don't mind crying at night.
Or
That's
a dollop
fine.
of dipping sauce. Or
Whatever.
a CNN logo burned into the bottom corner.
No, that's cool.
Burned into the bottom corner.
It's fine. Who doesn't like having a good cry before bed?
It would be Fox News these days, but
2 in the morning having a good
I see
cry.
the point. Fuck, maybe a sweat stain from him walking down the 5 steps to
No,
get to the
that's-
studio.
sure.
Add an option for the hood
Yeah, no.
to be white and
I
pointy.
like crying myself to sleep each night. Thank you for that.
A white and pointy hood.
Yep, that's funny.
Whilst I'm on the
He's
topic,
fat and racist. That
which
doesn't
chicken
hurt.
McNugget shape does Mike have his bush cut into?
No, that's funny. I like that. That's good. I'm not going to cry at all.
If Mike owned a chain of breakfast restaurants, would they be called the Waddle House? I'm out, Mike. Kevin writes in. Bob Walters Transit.
You know you don't have to read every email that comes in. Like
Dude,
you,
I
mean, you can peruse them yourself and then decide, make an executive decision about which ones are air
You
worthy.
like that one. You're like,
Because-
now you're talking hoodies, yeah.
But you're famous for taking a pen and crossing out full paragraphs and butchering people's statements. Like, there was, half that email was readable and fine, and then the other half was, you chose to do that.
Kevin writes in.
That might as well have been sent from you.
Bob Walters Transit. Hi, Mike. Hi, Jay. Shalom, Biggie. I have the Bob Walters Transit. Side note, me and my wife always refer to it as the Bob Walters Transit, not a minivan. Look at that thing. Dude, I'm convinced the transit depends on the wheels. More than any other vehicle. I know wheels are very important to vehicles, but dude,
it is
the transit,
sweet. It's grown on me. I didn't like the transit the first time I saw it when it first came out. I didn't like the flex.
I think you will love it, says Kevin.
Yeah.
But I need to go to Zot to do the key for key, being that I need something that will pull my camper. I'm headed there Saturday. Sweet.
Nice.
Good job, Kevin. And to see what they can do for me. Also, something to look into is Netflix. It's fucking amazing. It's called Flint Town. It's a must-see on how fucked up that city is, Kevin.
I started to watch that. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Kevin, thank you for your patronage of our sponsors. That's important. That's the way the show goes round and round. We do our show if you like it. The way you keep it going is to frequent our sponsors.
Yeah, Flint Town, from what I gather, and like I said, I haven't seen it all, but it really starts with, that city in the middle class booming. I mean, one of the first cities to explode with, with General Motors,
Yes.
right? General Motors there, and African Americans and white people living in harmony together.
Ebony and Ivory.
Yes, making good money, buying houses, not being in debt, and then it just shows like when it went south.
Autos pulled out.
Dude, it's just, and then although I think it goes through the water stuff,
I would imagine it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Which they still have poison water, I believe.
I thought they were done serving poison water, but
yeah. I mean, are they still taking baths and showers with water bottles in that area?
Style.
Yeah. And if you notice, Franklin, Michigan, that someone said, "Ooh, that stinks underground." They will have that fixed in.
Oh yeah.
It might already be fixed.
Yeah.
I noticed the one guy was like, he pulled in his BMW. And was like, "I'll be back as soon as the doors are." I'm like, you have to point out he's driving a BMW, really? Is that important to the story? Is that relevant that John hopped in his 7 Series BMW? I've been bringing my dry cleaning here for years, and I'll be back as soon as they open the doors.
It's Tony Franklin, Mike. I mean, you don't expect that shit here.
Yeah. Historic village.
Yes. Rick writes in. This is directed only at you, Jay. All right, so I'm going to take a beating here. So you took yours.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you huge dick.
You realize...
What's it like to have a giant dick that's like a perfect one?
Okay, here's the subject. Teachers' pay and time off, and per my wife, Jay the cocksucker.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, you're going to
Should I read on or should I edit this?
Oh, you should absolutely read on. You're going to take shit, and you hate teachers and fuck teachers because they get summers off, in your opinion. I knew we were going to get some email about this.
Did I really go off on teachers the other day? I thought I was
on air or
very
off air?
gentle. I thought I was very gentle.
Are we talking on air or off air?
Either.
Oh, no, you wouldn't do that.
You realize that teachers have taken a huge decrease in pay. Insurance costs for teachers have gone up 40%. She buys materials with our money. She has to renew her teacher certificate every few years for a few grand. She does not get 4 months off a year. Oh, sorry, 3.5. Just
a lot of them have to work through the summer, by the way.
Hey, E, shut the fuck up and let me read this, okay?
What did you say, E? I didn't hear that. What did you say?
I said a lot of them have to work through the summer.
We'll get to that, all right? We'll get to that. She corrects papers on most nights until 10 or 11 p.m. That's p.m., gentlemen.
Wow.
And weekends as well, etc. Oh, and the parents are fucking crazy and yell at her for their brat failing, or it's the teacher's fault if their brat is disciplined. How this affects you? She ripped my TDC bumper sticker off both our cars.
What?
She won't wear her TDC gear any longer. And 20 to 25 teachers who listen and lounge and at home are gone. How this affects me? My bumper sticker has been ripped off my car. I can't wear my hoodie, sweatshirt, or T-shirt. Last 2 events, she has been my DD. Won't go to any more events, which leaves me without a driver. So yeah, I'm fucked. She called you a fucking cocksucker. I've heard her say fuck maybe a handful of times, but cocksucker I have never heard her say. Ever, Jay, ever! So now maybe you'll understand the work, materials purchased, huge pay decrease, hours worked, shit parents paying for renewal of certificate. Oh, and I forgot she has a master's degree and is going for her doctorate. Good day, Jay the cocksucker. Good day. Oh, and suck it, Big E.
Jay Detroit Cast, losing listeners since 2014.
If this is true, Rick, I don't believe it is. It's such an outlandish overreaction.
No.
Hold on, stop. No. To my very gentle criticism,
very gentle criticism.
Oh my God!
You said the most insulting thing you could ever say to a teacher.
I would like to say to you, Rick, leave her now, Rick. She's unstable. She's a psychopath. She's going to kill you in her sleep.
Now you want him to get divorced.
Wow.
Sir, have you not done enough damage? Have you not done enough damage? Teachers are the salt of the earth. Teachers some like
All right, let's talk about
I
the
need
summers.
some USA music.
Let's talk about the summers.
Yeah.
E has a comment about the summers.
Yeah,
I know a lot
a fun
to do
job.
after work this summer.
I know they do because they're not paid much.
They fucking get paid shit.
I know they do.
And we keep hearing story after story
Here's
about
my
them
suggestion.
having to get supplies and bring them.
You say you want education to be
you
so...
you wouldn't do that at work if you came into work and they
He's got the conch.
Hold on, no, I'll
ahead.
give my statement and then I'll let you have the floor. If you went to your job and they didn't have proper supplies, they didn't have staples for your stapler or pens, you'd go, well, fuck you. I'm not buying them.
I know.
Fuck you, get them.
Yeah,
but these teachers, they care. They care about their classrooms. They care about their students. They want to raise good people. And how much so that they're willing to spend their own fucking money to buy supplies for these kids.
Let me ask
And what
you
do they
this.
get in return? They get shithead parents blaming them, just like shithead communities blaming cops every time shit goes wrong. It's not the cops' fault. It's not the teacher's fault. Teachers doing everything they can. And little Johnny, how about this? Little Johnny's a fucking piece of shit. That's your problem. You're raising a piece of shit. Don't blame this wonderful teacher.
Let me ask you this. Which of our teachers are you modeling this rant over? Is it Mr. Steele, who showed us Simpsons videos all day long?
Yeah, and wore those tight shorts, too. You can almost see like a dick imprint falling
is
out.
it the teachers who used to come down and play dodgeball with us?
So you're
during
picking
6
a few
hours?
bad ones.
that.
You're picking a few
Hold
bad
on, E.
ones.
Let me say a couple things.
Okay.
This is not news that teachers are underpaid. So if you don't like it,
Well, you
go
know,
do
you said,
something
okay,
else.
well,
Hold
you
on,
know,
hold on.
no. You sit here all the time and say, let me say something. You sit here all the time and say,
stop, E. Let me say my.
you
my
got 3
hold on.
points.
Isis, I have been directly, and forcefully attacked in this email. It's my turn to respond. Mike just had his rant. I get to say something. Now, you're talking to a person who left a job because he didn't like it.
Yeah.
And so I am proof that
If
if
you paid $40,000 a year,
if you don't like that job, you can leave and go do something else.
But you
now,
you claim that you want teachers that we don't treat education well enough in this country. We
He's
we
sitting
take
proof.
I know.
He is sitting proof of
know.
that.
they take summers off. They take snow days when they shouldn't. Well, you know what? If you want it to be treated seriously, maybe we should pay them seriously.
The premise of your comment supposes that I don't want them to be paid more.
That's
false, E. I would love them to be paid more.
What do you think they should be paid?
Whatever, 80 grand, 90 grand.
Maybe they should all quit
I like
then. If they say, what if all of them decide
If
to
this
quit?
lady has such a problem with me saying, "Oh, she gets summers off, so stop bitching," that sounds. And moreover, her language. Oh my gosh, do we want this lady teaching
I know
our
she called
children?
you a cocksucker. Yeah,
Fuck.
I know. I don't like the fact that that's
If it's
in her-
that big of a problem, and you're really, dude, it sounds like she's really entrenched. Like this fucking job sucks. Then leave. I'm proof you can go. You can leave a good job, a stable situation, and go find something else. You can.
So, look, listen. Here's the problem with what you did. Teachers, by and large, and I know a few of them, are so terribly frustrated. They're on a razor's edge, right? They are. They're shit on in society. They're treated like shit by the kids. They're treated even worse by the parents.
I know.
And so
you ranted that
yeah,
a moment ago.
So when you've
Did
got
I
someone
really go off on teachers the other day?
No, dude, it doesn't. You didn't have to. Yes, you did. You were an asshole. But when you've got someone that's on that edge, doing everything they can, still finding the the inner strength, the courage to grade fucking papers, knowing she's going to be disrespected at 10 o'clock at night and on weekends, still going to office supply stores and buying pens and papers.
No, dude, I get to have a conversation.
And so she's afraid and on edge, and then some guy's like, yeah, fuck them. They get summers off.
Do teachers
that
know?
girl's
Do
gonna
teachers
snap.
know that people have jobs like that fucking suck, and they work 12 months a year? Do they know that?
Yes, they do.
Do they know that they don't get vacations? Like 3 weeks of vacation throughout the year plus summers off. There are people who fucking hate their jobs, and their jobs fucking suck way more than a teacher's.
Here's the difference.
But yet they plod forward and they go on.
But here's the difference.
Why? Teachers always have this thing where they fall back.
I disagree because
do
they don't.
What do you know about the world?
Gentlemen,
who cares?
calm down.
No. I disagree because
pull
those
this
people
car
with
over.
those shit jobs.
Don't make me pull this car
Those
over.
people with those shit jobs get to go home and just deal with it. Teachers have to deal with their shit job.
Oh my God! You know nothing. You know nothing of the world.
Yeah, that was a dumb comment.
There are people, professionals or non-professionals, who take work home all the time. They're fucking tethered to their phones. They have to answer emails all fucking day long. Teachers are not the only ones who have shit jobs.
Here's the thing.
But they are the only ones who get summers off.
You had to do that. Just fucking dig Just like reading the fat emails against me. Just fucking grind. Make me cry at night. Who cares? Who cares? It's funny. Make fun of the fat guy. Here's the difference. You didn't have a calling in life for your job. You went, lawyers. I guess they make good money. That sounds cool. You don't. But I think of teachers and nurses as people that, like, they're driven
I'm glad
to that.
You think of them that way.
They're driven to that
Mr.
profession.
Steele was.
Not all of them. Don't
generalize the other way.
No,
teachers are driven to this. I agree. Some very much are.
Yes.
Some very much are not. They're just in it like, fuck it. I get my summers off.
Well,
so.
dude, you're talking about a guy that was a government teacher who was 70 years old and retiring. He didn't give a shit. He lost the passion.
Everybody could name 5 teachers in their past who were just fucking mailing it in from day one. And I agree with you. They could name 10 others who love their jobs and are passionate. So don't generalize and go, teachers and nurses, they go into this job.
Well, I think they do. They're underappreciated in a lot of respects. I think a lot of them they're thinking of the greater good and they want to help. This is what they do. I don't think someone goes into teaching because, why not? What else am I going to do? No, that's something where you're driven to do that. You were inspired by a teacher.
And they knew the pay scale and they knew the deal going in.
I know. And so that shows you how driven they are to go to that profession.
Well, good.
It's worth it even with this shit pay.
I just don't understand why there's this constant bitching, and we're just all supposed to accept. Teachers. Wow, they do have it. Dude, lots of people have it rough, but they don't get their summers off. Here's the thing about this email too. Rick said "just kidding" at the end, so I don't know if that. I think we just had a straw man argument.
Dude, she ripped stickers, TDC stickers off both cars.
He meant just kidding. He said "just kidding" at the end.
That's a questionable man. Just kidding. Yeah. What did he mean by that? He has to really sum up what he means by just kidding. That's a strong.
I think we just had a straw man argument.
Maybe.
Why would he say all that? And then they say "just kidding."
On the bright side, at some point he'll relax. She'll relax, and then he'll have to buy more stickers.
Yeah.
So we'll get a cut of that.
We win either way.
Yeah, we win either way.
We had fun, and we get more sticker sales.
I'm fucking flustered by the "just kidding."
You'll have to read it. It could have been one sentence at the end where he's like, I love Big E. Just kidding. Who knows? So,
hey, we'll save the rest for Monday, Mike.
All right. This room got a little tense, hot. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm sorry you had to hear that. You're still an asshole, Jay. I'm sorry to every teacher out there. You're the pillars of society. You're what holds.
And I never said any different.
You're the invisible glue that holds communities together.
They're hard off the glass all day long. Even the days where they sit Sweet Pie down and show her Finding Nemo so they can grade papers in the background.
I love my
even
teachers.
Those days.
They're
hard
me
off the glass.
Simpsons and stuff. My teachers would never get caught with a puck in their own end. Never.
Right. I know who your teachers were, and I disagree.
I will agree with you on that. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. And E, good luck tonight with the comedy. I will be there.
Thank you.
Rooting you on. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll do it again next week. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.